Hi everyone, this is Jiggie, a portrait and wedding photographer from the Philippines, and welcome to the channel. So in this video, I will be sharing with you how I used off-camera flash, particularly Speedlights, and created these images. So before anything else, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, now is the perfect time to do so because I am still giving away a beautiful backdrop from Kate Backdrop. This is a dual-sided 1.5 meter by 2 meter collapsible non-reflective backdrop, and the beautiful thing about this giveaway is that I will make the winner choose what specific design that they want. And to join is very simple. All you have to do is follow the mechanics in the description below. So with that out of the way, as I said in my intro, I am going to show you how I created those images using off-camera flash, namely the Photix Mitros. Now, this is actually an old video that I will be sharing with you. I shot this way back in 2014, and I've been finding ways and means to be able to share it with you because I really love the output of this video. And one thing to expect about this video is that I will be narrating everything because I had to remove the audio so that we don't get flagged by YouTube. And number two, most of the techniques that I used here are basically still the same techniques that I am using now. It is only the gear that is different. The gear basically just made things easier now, but during that time, I felt that all these things were already revolutionary. Okay, so here goes. Too bad, it's such a beautifully shot video. You guys see here, I'm using the original A7S, A7, and basically all those old Photix flash units. And I don't know if you guys noticed, even the lens that I was using was still the old A mount, so I needed to use an LAEA4 adapter to make it work. And I'll explain all those gear that I'm using there, but somewhere in the middle of the video. And this was shot in two gardens in Tagaytay. Beautiful, beautiful place to shoot in. And yes, this video was entitled The Photix Mitros Experience. Because again, as I said earlier, the Photix Mitros was really a revolutionary flash at that time for Sony. Now, of course, this is the normal intro giving you guys a look of how the place looked like. And here I am. I think I'm going to be introduced now, and I'm using, oh no, it's not yet. This is actually our makeup artist Mela Jimenez, who does most of Coco's makeup now virtually. And here I am introducing myself. Basically at that time I was still just a Photix Pro, and 2014 was really not the time that I was still into weddings. I think I started weddings officially in 2016. So at this time I was really just enjoying playing around with my flash units. And yeah, there you can see these are old archaic flash holders. I destroyed a lot of flash units because of that. I'm just so happy that the newer flash systems, the flash holders now, like the MagMod MagShoe, is available. And it saved a lot of my flash units. And see, until now, I still use that umbrella as an umbrella. So my first layout here was basically just shooting Coco with light coming from the side. And I had here, wait, let me rewind, let me pause this here. There we go, wait. There. Okay, so here I have my tri-flash holder. In other words, I had 3 Photix Mitros flash units installed with, I think this was about a 150 cm umbrella. Now, I needed 3 flash units because I was shooting in high-speed sync, because that was the whole point of the video. Really to demonstrate how high-speed sync can be used now off-camera. Again, this was shot in 2014. During that time, high-speed sync off-camera was still the thing of the future. Right now, of course, it's readily available with different brands, but during that time, this was the key. This was something like a game changer. The same way I felt that the Sony system at that time was also a game changer. So I positioned the flash basically on the right side of Coco, and what I was doing again was underexposing the scene. Same thing as I did now. Same thing that I would do now. Basically, I would underexpose the scene and have a flash pop towards my subject just to be able to isolate my subject from the scene or always give her proper light. So you could see here, this is the effect of the light. And way back in 2014, I was still addicted to what I called my pano stitching. In other words, I will take like 2 shots and stitch them together to be able to get the panoramic shot. That's why most of the pictures here in the first part, you will see they're panoramic. There, you can see it here. There, see? So that's the final output, like it's a panoramic shot. And to be honest, until now, I still love this photo. So from there, of course, you've got some B-rolls here and there. You know, how I miss being shot, having a videographer with me to shoot me. But because of the pandemic, I've really had to do things on my own. So here I am explaining basically the power of high-speed sync already, why I love using high-speed sync. Because again, it allows me to shoot wide open without having to use ND filters. And here I was explaining the flash, and look at this one. This is called the tri-flash holder. In other words, again, I needed 3 flash units to be able to do high-speed sync properly because 1 flash unit wasn't enough, especially at the time that I was shooting. But this was so flimsy that after the shoot, I think the next shoot, I destroyed all 3 flashes because it fell off basically. So I'm just so happy that now I have my Photix Indra, which is 500 watts. There's so many there's so many flash units now that are high power that can do TTL and high speed sync also. And if I just want to use my Speedlights, there's always a MagMod MagShoe. So I was explaining the triggering system. If you notice, I was still holding on to the old Photix Odin trigger. And these flash units at that time didn't even have built-in receivers. It needed to have a separate receiver. And this one, when I was demoing it, it was the first one that had a built-in receiver. So then here I'm explaining the 150 cm umbrella and also a beauty dish. Now this beauty dish was so different because you could fold it. Unlike other beauty dishes that are very cumbersome to bring around, this one you could fold. And of course, there are newer versions that I've actually done a video about, also the Photix Luna. See? Makes it easier to transport. Yeah, so here, then of course, I think I was explaining here why I was shooting Coco. And I pinpointed this area, if I'm not mistaken. I actually don't even remember what I was saying here. Yeah, so I pinpointed this area now where I wanted to shoot Coco, and I was doing some tights and some wides. And I remember having the 85mm A mount at that time. That because I remember we actually didn't have we didn't even have autofocus lenses yet for Sony. So I was very limited to the lens selection that I had. I think I had a 24-70, or not even. I think my only 2 lenses that were autofocus then was the 35mm 2.8 and the 55mm 1.8. And the rest were A-mount lenses attached using the LAEA4. So here you could see I had my flash here, and this was the exposure. Then I underexposed it again to be able to get this image. Yes. See? 2014, and it looks like I just shot it yesterday. And here, this particular image here, when it comes out full there, that image is the one that you're seeing behind me. There. I love these images of Coco. Okay, so here I am explaining how to light the short side. Again, if you guys are familiar with my videos, you know that I do love lighting the short side all the time. And here I am explaining 7 years ago about lighting the short side. So things really don't change that much. It's really just the gear, but I do have to commend the gear that I was using then because it really did allow me to explore more as a photographer. Therefore, you can honestly say that it might have made me a better photographer. The mirrorless system helped a lot because I could see exactly what my ambient light was doing. And the flash system that allowed me to do off-camera flash with high-speed sync was really such a game changer. So don't ever believe people when they say that gear does not make you a better photographer, because I really do believe that it does make you a better photographer, not necessarily by adding to your skill set, but rather it allows you to experiment more, and by experimenting more, it makes you a better photographer. Okay? So yeah, so here explaining the side of Coco. Love it. This layout I actually love also. So take note, of course, of those windows here in the back or those doors in the back, because in the next layout, we're gonna do something very, very different with that. So there, so I'm doing another panoramic shot. Basically, I just took one shot, and then stitched them together in post. So those two doors now. Oh, so I'm sorry, not yet. So I remember this time when we were shooting, we were just basically just buying some time, doing a little bit shooting here and there, because the place was really beautiful, so many places to shoot in. Then all of a sudden, if I'm not mistaken, the sun was setting. So when the sun set here, there, perfect. When the sun set, I was like, perfect, babe, can you please stay there? And I started taking pictures just with ambient light, but I felt that there was something missing. So there I had my flash put in just to give that nice rim light here, which is basically what I was describing. You know, sometimes that little light, that little rim there, as you can see, that little rim light that I exaggerated because of my flash, basically transformed this image to a great image, to a beautiful image, in my opinion, of course. There. Lovely. Coco looks so good. Yeah. All right, so remember I was telling you earlier to watch out for those doors. Here, what I did was I put a flash there with a gel filter. I had it mounted on the Manfrotto adjusting clamp. And then I had another one somewhere there in that door. And both of them were really just facing outwards through those doors. In other words, we were shooting in the evening already. And basically, I had the light shining through the doors. And I had one more flash outside just to illuminate Coco's face. And this is the image that was created. I think that's what I was explaining here now. So basically two lights from inside and one light from outside. And of course, all of these flash units, there we go. All of these flash units was remotely controlled in 2014 on camera using the Photix Odin. And this turned out okay. Then afterwards, we decided to go inside since it was the evening already and I wanted a more grungy look. So this technique I still use often today. In other words, we were in a room, that's what I was explaining now, and I had 3 flash units with me. Basically, I had one flash unit that I was gonna put inside a lamp because I love doing practical lighting. In other words, I don't want my light to be seen. I want it to look as natural as possible. And that's why I have it there. I put it there. And I had another one there just to create a nice rim light. And I had my assistant hold on to another flash. That other flash was basically just pointed towards Coco's face. So wherever she was facing, the flash was facing towards her face. There, that's what I was explaining there. Totally different look from what you're normally used to from what I shoot. We wanted to experiment a little bit here, so it's a bit grungy. There. Okay. So again, this is another one, basically the same process, except that I think I put the light in that lamp here and I put another light outside so that it's gonna shine through the wall, through the door. So yeah, let me see. I think that's the one I was explaining. Okay, yeah, I put a light somewhere here, there, again, same, to make it look like a lampshade. Then afterwards, I had this light here, just my main light, to be able to illuminate her face, and I had one light outside. There we go. I had one light there. And one light, oh, this one wasn't even working. So it was just one light here and one light here outside. Oh yeah, then I had my light behind me to illuminate her face here. There we go. The light was somewhere on the right side. There, yeah, it was on the right side here. There we go, lighting this portion here. This one was the light coming from the outside, and this one just to illuminate more or less this side of her face. And notice that all flash units were gelled so that they all have the same color temperature. There, that is just one light. And finally, I think this is the final image after this one. Okay, here I had my light somewhere here, bouncing off light here, and again I'd still do that until today to create a really nice soft light. And this was the output of that one. There we go. So finally, I was able to show this video to you guys again because as I said, it really does hold a special place in my heart. That's why I wanted to share it with you. Plus, I felt that seven years ago, it's still a very complete video that's still applicable today. The gear may have changed. The gear's better now. The gear's easier to use now. But the techniques that I used when I shot this image are still the techniques that I am trying to share with you guys today, or that I'm trying to share with you guys now, or in the future videos that I will be doing. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do subscribe to the channel, and while you're at it, click that notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Okay? So till the next video.